Section 3. The State and her Government. Introduction. In this study session, you will explore two related concepts, state and government. In the course of this session, we will discuss the features of state, the structure and functions of government.
Learning outcomes. After you have studied this study session, you should be able to 1. Define and use the term in bold correctly, state and government. 2. Point out the features of state. 3. Outline the structure of government. 4. Enumerate the functions of government. And 5. Analyze the relationships between state and government.
The concept of state. The state, in this definition, is different from the word government. A state is sovereign association of men and women who live within a defined territory and are administrated by a government. A state, therefore, has the following attributes. 1. Defined territory. 2. Population. 3. Sovereignty. 4. Territory. 5. People. 6. Government. State as a nation. 7. Rules and regulation. A state is different from government. A state is different from permanent entity, while a government is a temporal body. Government changes, but a state remains. For example, Nigeria has remained a permanent entity since gaining independence in 1960, but she has witnessed so many changes in government. State consists of all the inhabitants, while government is just a fraction of the state. Tamunu, 1984. For example, Nigeria has a population of over 100 million people. The people in the government are about 10,000. Features of a state. 1. Defined territory. There must be an area which people can claim for their communities, specific boundaries. 2. Population. Within the geographical area known as a state, there must be a number of people living in a state. 3. Sovereignty. In a state, there must be a supreme power, authority, or political independence. 4. Government. This is the institution of the state on which organs of the state are built. The meaning of government. Government is derived from a Greek word meaning to pilot a ship. It is a fitting derivation since, in metaphorical terms, to steer the ship of state. Government has been a part of human history for thousands of years. It is a process or art of governing. Government deals with a wide range of issues. It extends to the rules and regulations by which a group of people govern themselves, the traditional and customary practice upon which those rules are based, the institution and political structures and organizations set up to implement those rules, the culture and behavior patterns of the people at Deribigbe 2002. Government as an institution or agent of the state. Government is a body of person and institution that administers affairs of the state. These institutions are legislative, make laws, executive, execute laws, and judiciary, interpret laws. Structures of government. According to Aderigbe 2002, political system is when a body of people is administered and regulated. Different levels of government typically have different responsibilities. The level closest to those governed is local government. Regional government comprises a group of individual communities. National government nominally control all the territory within international recognized borders and have responsibilities not shared by their subnational counterparts. Most government exercises executive, legislature, and judiciary. In the modern state, a legislature consists of the elected representatives of the people, has become a vital part of the machinery of government. Legislatures are called different names in different states. For example, in Nigeria, the legislature is called National Assembly. In Great Britain, it is called Parliament, while in the United States, it is known as the Congress. The primary function of the legislature is lawmaking, and it does this through the legislative process. In addition, legislatures perform their vital functions of their respective systems. The composition of the legislature varies from country to country. An important feature of the parliamentary system of government is the close relationship between the executive and the legislative branch. The leader of the majority party in the parliament is appointed prime minister. This is necessary so that he is normally assured of majority support for the implementation of his programs. In the parliamentary system, the key decision-making organ of government is the cabinet. The third structure of government is the judiciary. The judiciary stands apart from both the legislature, executive, and adjudicates in disputes both between these two branches and between government and citizens, or in dispute among citizens. In the process of lawmaking, the legislator may infringe on the rights of citizens or on the power of other levels of government. Dorothy, 1970. Judges are appointed by the executive on the advice of the Judicial Service Commission, but once appointed can only be removed on the grounds of proven misconduct and after due process of inquiry. Aderibigbe 2002. The judiciary is divided into magistrate courts, courts of appeal, and Supreme Court in ascending order. Thus, appeals go from magistrate courts dealing with minor offenses, while the high courts deal with more serious and complicated cases, including murder cases. Functions of government. 1. The most important function is to guarantee and safeguard the cultural liberty of the diverse people within the country. 2. Government looks after the welfare of the people by providing social amenities or services for the people, for example, roads, hospitals, water, etc. 3. It maintains peace, law and order, for example, police. 4. Government protects and defends the state government against external attack by making use of the armed forces. 5. It provides employment for a large number of citizens in the various ministries and parastatals. 6. It maintains external relationship with other countries in such areas like economic, political, and cultural, etc. 7. Government, through its agencies, formulates government policies or state policies, and it also makes laws to give a legal backing to its activities. Relationship between state and government. State and government relationship is vested in government as the main agent consisting of 3 main organs, that is, legislative, executive, and judiciary. Therefore, state is the main institution, and such functions as required of the state. Aderibigbe, 2002. However, state and government have their areas of differences. First, the state has a definite territory. On the other hand, government can easily change. Also, government serves as the main agent of the state that makes it possible for the state to achieve its desired goals. This is so because state is a sovereign political community. Study session summary. In this study session, we discussed government as a political system by which a body of people is administered and regulated. We also looked at the relationship between the government and state, the features of state, and the functions of the government. That ends study session 3. Thanks for listening.